Dark Horse Tales. Every year in my town puts on a Halloween fair and a costume contest. There are a few good people who get all dressed up in some typical clown and Freddy costumes and whatnot, but this is a year where there was one win above all. It was from a man who lived deep in the woods of the city. He kept himself mostly on his little farm. He was one of the dairy farmers in town, but he never really saw him because he always showed up right before the fair closed to buy cheap fruits and vegetables. He would talk to the shopkeeper, and the shopkeeper would say, "Why do you always come up to me at odd times?" The man who lived deep in the woods replied, "You know, Dan, you know I wouldn't let food go to waste, and I take it and feed my animals." "I know, but you've been picking up some rather unusual items from my shop, like quicklime and some extra shovels, and very strange indeed." "Well, you see, I need it to get ready for a big show in a week or two. You know, I wanted to be the runner-up for the biggest one." The shopkeeper Dan's replies, "Well, we shall see about that now. You know, last year the old Jimmy won with a 370-pound pumpkin. Well, this year I plan on beating that record." "Oh, yeah? Good luck to you. Well, then, we'll see you in a few weeks for the little fair, Halloween." "Okay then, Dan. Hope to see you there." With a menacing smile on his face, Dan went back to his field, pacing back and forth, throwing up some strange substances on the plants every few minutes. He had been out there doing this all day. Wonder when he was going to come inside and get some rest. You could hear him do some sort of chanting. "The plant will grow big and strong, big, from the grounds below to the rains above. Grow, grow, grow." You would hear him say this, then throw the strange liquid in the air. The next day he would come outside, and the thing was twice this size. It looked at least 50 feet in diameter. There is at least a week left. What is this guy Dean going to do on his farm? "I just got to win," said Dan, the shopkeeper who would come by Dean's place after work to see the progress without him knowing how big it had really become. He was so mad at how his pumpkin was turning out. This was a puny 40 pounds in size at best. So he was thinking, "I got him this year, going to beat the old Dean." But before he could get off his property, Dean saw him down the way and chased him off. Man, that really pissed off Dean. Damn Dan, always trying to see how competition is doing. Well, they are going in for a surprise this year. Just wait a day or two before the competition. He is going out to his garden to see his pumpkin. It has grown to be at least 500 pounds. He is going to need a tractor to get to the fair so they can be amazed at its size. As he's getting his tractor up there to the fair, he starts to make a little crowd around the tractor. First 5, then 10, then all of a sudden you had 200 people in awe as Dan arrived late. His people were surprised by this as usual. What was very good is that they always made pies with their winner's pumpkin, so unaware to them, Dean had cut the top of his pumpkin and sprinkled all sorts of deadly chemicals into it. He was not going to even have a little bite of his own creation. He could not, for it was the town who had forsaken him and not been the ones to put his products on the shelves of the town to make a living. It was always Dan's family who had been a part of the town's history for many years, and he was just a man trying to make a living off the land, but they will be standing strong and tall once the festival is far over. Standing strong and tall, he thought with a crafty smile. The town had gone ahead and enjoyed the pumpkin pie that he had brought that day. Over the next 2 days, Dean just got in his tractor and went into town. Not a soul in sight, just a lot of tall scarecrows all over town. As he's still going through the town, witnessing what he had accomplished, he just sits in his tractor, laughing. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.